Hi, everyone. I have Sharon on the line, and things are happening right now. And she's going to explain what's happening with this wave of energy that's coming to the Earth right at this moment. And anyway, tell us about it, Sharon.
Okay, hi everybody. The last two videos that Gary just put up by BP and the other one is by Dutch Sense, I think. They both will tell you that right now, starting at 0800 last night, there is a wave of electrical energy coming to the planet, and they don't know where it's coming from or what's going on. They're just puzzled by it. But I want to read to you what the event, you've probably all heard the event. The event. Everybody always talks about the event. Well, this is the event. And I'm going to read to you what it says about what's happening right now. What it is electrical energy that's going to come down and go into the earth and raise the frequency of the whole planet. And I've talked about this before. And it'll raise everything, the frequency of everything on this planet. And it's happening right now. Nobody ever knew when it was going to happen. It had to reach a certain frequency we had to reach, us the people on Earth, had to reach a certain frequency for this to be able to happen. Well, we did. So I'm going to read to you what it says about the event. The event is the moment of the compression breakthrough. It is a cosmic event horizon created by big solar waves reaching the Earth from the galactic central sun, causing the activation of the compression breakthrough. And Cobra talks about this all the time. This is when the light forces from above the surface of the planet and from below the surface of the planet meet in the middle. That is on the surface of the planet. The date of this event cannot be predicted. There are many groups involved worldwide, and many informations have to remain secret for now to guarantee the safety of our operations. All we can say is that we are getting close. Well, we're here. This is happening. This is why this information and support networks is being put in place so that the population can be prepared. Okay, we read about this years ago. What's happening is we're leaving the dark age and we're going into the light. We've been in it for 25,000 years. We're now moving far enough into the photon belt. And what's hitting us right now is photons, electric photons. And that's what's going to raise the frequency. But when we reached a certain part of the photon belt where this is going to happen. So this is what's going to put everything in order to happen like we were told it was going to happen with Sarah, too. So it says, it's the end of a long era of captivity. Earth and the inhabitants have been in a 25,000 year of imprisonment and quarantine. A black hole. Okay, just picture a donut. We've been in the middle of it, in the dark black hole. We've been controlled and manipulated by the dark side, or as we call them, the cabal. We are now to exit the black hole from 25,000 years of prison. Our planet is the last one in the galaxy to be liberated. This exit is the event horizon, or called the event. The event will be a moment of breakthrough for the planet, and it's happening right now, which will be physical and non-physical. On the non-physical plane, there will be a big wave or a flash of divine energy and light coming from the galactic central sun going toward the surface of the planet. Well, the way they described that this energy came is that they saw this big flash of light that was brighter than, I don't know how they described it, and it was so bright, and it bounced off of one thing and went to another, and if you watch those other two videos, you'll get to see what I'm saying. And it says, divine energy and light coming from the galactic central sun going toward the surface of the planet. The galactic central sun is an object in the Sagittarius constellation. The energy from the central sun will stimulate a flash or a special kind of light from the sun that permeates the earth and humanity, raising the frequency of all living entities on this planet. And that means the grass and the animals and everything. It'll calm humanity in the light of love energy and in duality. It's a magnificent energy not seen or felt before on Earth. Everyone on Earth will feel and know that something has happened. It'll be a surprise as to when it will happen. Well, we don't have to be surprised anymore. It's happening. Even for us, they're saying. It's never happened before. It will not be a major shock event. It'll be a positive event. Sorry. On the physical plane, there will be, and it has already started, the arrests of the cabal, the reset of the financial systems, disclosure, the release of ET information, the beginning of a new, fair financial system with prosperity funds for all humanity, new government, political system, educational system, healthcare system, etc., awakening of humanity slowly and gradually to the existence of the positive non-terrestrial races and our galactic connections. Introduction to a new advanced technologies. The release of spiritual growth and healing for every human being on the planet. There is much, much more to look forward to. I hope that we all agree that there are certain factions that support the light and support the liberation that exists inside of the solar system. There are some factions that support the light and the liberation of the planet that are existing below the surface. They're progressing toward the surface of the planet because the surface of the planet is the main battleground, is the main for us of all of this situation that is not just limited to planet Earth. When this breakthrough happens, and it is, this is what we term the event. The event is actually many things at the same moment. It is when the light forces fake over the mass media and release intel about ET involvement, about the crimes of the cabal, about the advanced technologies, full disclosure, it says. This is part of it. The other part of it is the mass arrest of the cabal. The other part of it is the financial reset that the Eastern Alliance has been preparing for quite a long time. And of course, we have been gradually going toward the first contact, which is an actual official contact between the Earth civilization and other positive ET races that exist throughout the galaxy. And the event is a bigger point, which begins that process. That's the short overview of what the event is. And of course, we have the pulse from the galactic central sun. It's kind of like a heartbeat. It's a pulse. The galactic central sun is a living entity, and it times the pulse of energy according to our global awareness. So see, it was up to us. And the level of that awareness and the level of the awakening, and when we have this compression breakthrough, the level of the awakening is high enough for humanity to receive the pulse of increased energy from the galactic center. That's why we had to rise to this certain place. That's why God and everybody has always said, no one will ever know the moment. No one will ever know. God's always said that. And even these people have said that. Everyone has always said that. We'll never know. Well, it just happened. And then it goes on and on to tell about the event. And says, what can you do before the event? Well, we're here now, so we could read this, but I can just give you the link and you guys could go ahead and follow through on this if you want to. And what to expect after. And there's quite a bit more you can read on it if you want to learn. But it's here now. It's happening right now. And this just proves that it came straight from God, because even all this information, because we couldn't have done it. We couldn't have sent ourselves this in. I mean, we did send ourselves this energy, but it had to come from God. It came straight from God. This is divine. I've even heard it explained as divine energy coming from God. So this is what the event's all about, and it's pretty exciting. So that's it, Gary.
Thank you so much, Sharon. That's very, very exciting. And this is, I think it's very, very similar to what happened when Christ came the first time, that they expected something, but they didn't expect anything like what happened. And the most religious people there were the ones that opposed it the most. And that might be what we're going to find here. I don't know. But the thing is that I think there's gonna be many, many prophecies. We're gonna look back and say, well, yeah, that was fulfilled just yesterday or the day before, and we didn't realize really what it was. And one of them, the things I can think about is the second chapter of Haggai, the shaking of the earth and the wealth of the nations flowing in, which is what Sharon said. The other is the changing in the twinkling of an eye. And and I believe that I've always believed that was going from a natural body to a glorified body. And
well, Gary, in one of these things, I think it's either BP or Dutch Sense. One of them said that they don't know how this is going to happen, but they said this energy has to go into the planet because it has to go somewhere. So it's electrical energy. They said it's going to go to the center of the planet, and I believe the center of the planet is molten steel or iron, like a big ball of it. That's what I've always heard. And I think when that electricity hits that, that's when that's going to be a big deal.
Well, probably.
He said it could happen in a couple days, a week, or it could happen instantly.
Right. Well, it would seem like the electrical surge would be instantaneous, but it appears to me like it's going to change all life, whether it's animal or a human or whatever, and affect. And so, I think that it's going to be something totally amazing and different, and I'm really looking forward to it, and just praising the Lord for it. But this is certainly an act of God for sure.
Definitely. It's so interesting to watch those. First, I watched those two events where they showed the energies, and then I realized it is the event.
Right.
So, and the event describes these energies coming in like this. So they go together with what the weather people are talking about, and it's just.
It appears to be like it's building up, like maybe to the 26th or something like that. You think?
They said by the 26th or 20. Well, they've been predicting that by the 26th. Remember, BP was counting down 16 days.
Right.
Well, he was counting down to the 26th. And so that's why Dutch Sense said, "No, this has never happened before, so we don't know how long it'll take to reach." The center of the earth and then back up to us and through everything. We don't know. So he said, but some people have been predicting around the 26th. Well, Dutch Sense said that if there was going to be a big earthquake from this, which I don't think there is, I don't think that God would take something so beautiful as this event is and turn it into something horrible. So I just think that and he said, or the energies could just be like, just real subtle. But, so nobody really knows, and nobody knows how long, but they said if it takes days, it would bring it up to the 26th.
Right. Okay, well, we'll just have to wait and see, and just be ready, and just keep praising the Lord for what the wonderful things that are about ready to happen.
Yeah, and read what's going to happen, because you're supposed to heal, and everything's supposed to heal on Earth.
Very good. Well, thank you so much, Sharon, for sharing that with us.
You're welcome, everybody.
And thank you, everyone. And just keep your mind stayed upon the Lord, and just keep praising Him. Thank you so much.